Hi guys and gals, Shane Stevenson here at the Buffalo Naval Park, and for today's video we're kind of going down a little bit of a rabbit hole, and thank you to some people I had on my Curator Tour. So as you meet people, you talk to people, you can learn a lot from them. Like the video I did about the incinerator. Alright, well this individual, his father, served aboard USS Portsmouth, CL-102. Which was the last Cleveland-class cruiser commissioned in World War II. The second last being USS Little Rock. So he was very interested in seeing some of the spaces. His dad was a gunner on board the Portsmouth, and apparently he even, as he said, his dad crossed decks for the Little Rock, to the Little Rock for about 1 week to train some of the polywogs on gunnery, probably training and practice and things like that. So his father was on board Little Rock. They were attached together, typically also with the USS Providence. So it's nice. They have CL-82, CL-92, CL-102 working together in the 40s. And so he was mentioning, he said, well, you know, my dad was always mentioning that there's one catapult and one seaplane on the back of the ship. Now that does give a time frame into when his dad was actually on board. Now I believe he said his dad served from 42 to 48, so he was in World War II and then immediate post-war. And that's when he was assigned to the Portsmouth. So that does make sense that he would say that there was only one seaplane. So if we take a look at this photo, this is from the USS Little Rock, probably near commissioning or heading down to South America, which they did in November of 1945. Don't need to say it, very clearly 2 seaplanes. But it was interesting that his dad said he only remembers 1 seaplane. So after the Curator Tour, he went back home and he got out his dad's cruise book from 47, late 47, 48. And there are some photos that only show 1 seaplane. And then all of a sudden, ding dong, that rang a bell with one of the blueprints that we have here in our collections. Fabulous now, because I didn't have a date for this blueprint. All right, but if we take a look, oh, there's some reflection, shoot. 1 seaplane on port. What we're seeing on starboard is we've got a 24-foot boat and a 26-foot boat. You have a large rope here. They say that's a hawser. Right, you have quick-acting escape scuttle, I think, right here. Yeah, quick-acting escape scuttle. All right, and no doubt they would have used the crane that would have been for the planes, the Seahawks and Kingfishers, to maneuver the boats onto the crane and then into the water. So they kept the port side after 1947, and on the starboard they added 2 ship's boats with a track, and then of course using the crane. So talking to him as well, he also said that they were in dry dock in, let's see, May, June, and July of 1947 at the Philadelphia Navy Shipyard. Well, I went back into our records. We were in dry dock in March, April, and May of 47 at the Brooklyn Navy Yard. So they both go into the Navy Yard, and probably, if I did the work, probably the Providence as well, all around the same time. One of those changes must have been to take off one of the seaplanes. Of course, the war is now over. It would be still nice to have 1 reconnaissance plane, but you don't need to have 2. And as photographic evidence of some of this, all right, right from nav source, you have Providence, you have Little Rock, and you have Portsmouth. You can't really see the Portsmouth plane, maybe around here, but clearly you can see the Little Rock, clearly you can see the Providence. So now this allows me to date this blueprint to post, let's say, a post May of 47, when we came out of dry dock and we just never had a date attached to it. We have most of the decks here. I don't actually think we have the second platform. All right, but we do have first platform, third deck, second deck, main deck. All right, so this gives a nice snapshot in time of her first, potentially, and what I would believe is her first refit and dry dock period after coming into service on the 17th of June, 1945. Now, the Portsmouth came in the 25th of June, 1945, and again, that was the last Cleveland class during wartime. All right, there are a couple others that were 1946, and of course the Galveston never got completed, and she just came back as CLG-3 in 1958. Fabulous stuff. So I'm glad I have people on the Curator Tour, because they we have the time to get into those stories and to begin going down the rabbit hole. So maybe next up, interestingly, let me get out my glasses, but another video I may do is also listed on this now post-May 1947 blueprint. What is this about? 3-pounders, port and starboard. What does that even mean, 3-pounder? Well, I mean, I know what it means, but that's a strange designation for a post-World War II U.S. Navy ship, unless I'm just clearly missing something. So anyway, that will be in a future video, and hope you enjoyed. Thanks again for all of your continued support. Comments, questions, notifications, ring the bell, subscribe if you really like the channel. And you know what? We will see you again soon.